Thank you. Welcome. I would like to call this meeting to order at 6:02 p.m. Tonight we will have Ms. Mokler sit with us in place of Mr. Myers, our school board attorney. We'll begin with reflection provided by Mr. Johnson, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by Powell Middle School.
If we stand, please. Heavenly Father, guide this body in its deliberation to find decisions favoring the students in our county and soothe our hearts in pursuit of amicable solutions to the problems facing this district. Well, I'll just have a moment of silence. Thank you.
you. You may be seated. Mr. Pender?
Hi, my name is Ella Shepard. I'm in 7th grade and I attend Powell Middle School.
Hi, my name is Gracie White. I'm in 8th grade and I attend Powell Middle School.
Hi, my name is Georgiana Squires. I'm in 8th grade and I attend Powell Middle School.
Hi, my name is Khaleesi Clark. I'm in 7th grade and I attend Powell Middle School.
Hi, my name is Lynn McCray and I attend Powell Middle School.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Roos and I attend Powell Middle School.
Hi, my name is Kendi Kaysen and I attend Powell Middle School.
Hi, my name is Lily Pritchard and I attend Powell Middle School.
Hi, my name is Nathaniel Berlantes and I attend Powell Middle School.
And hi, my name is Ray Pender. I'm the superintendent of Hernando County Schools. Powell Middle School, thank you for coming out tonight. Parents, principal, thank you, everybody that came out. I remember middle school years with my kids, and they're grown up and out of the house now. And it's a long struggle that you feel right now, transporting them everywhere and all of that. But that ends soon, believe it or not. It seems like forever. But, you know, they'll get to the point where they're maybe driving soon, not in middle school, hopefully, but in high school. And they'll be on their own. So enjoy the struggle right now. That would be my advice to you from someone just a little bit on the other side of this. And my 28 years in middle school. So students, thank you for coming out tonight. Parents, thank you for driving them around and taking them to all their things, even if they don't tell you thank you. And if you do get a chance tonight, tell your parents thank you for the things they do. Parents, thank you. Students, thank you. Have a great evening. Thank you for coming out, Powell.
And our school spotlight today is going to be from Powell Middle School. If you come forward, thank you.
Good evening, Madam Chair, board members, and Mr. Pender. My name is Alex Rastatter, and I'm the proud principal at Powell Middle School. Thank you for the opportunity to showcase Powell tonight and recognize all of the amazing things that have been going on in and around our school. Just before the holiday break, our students and staff participated in our 12 days of Jolly Mayhem with dress-up days as we prepared to host our annual Winterfest. This is by far our largest event of the year, as Powell welcomed over 1,500 family members who had the pleasure of watching our very own band, chorus, and dance students perform across 3 shows. We had vendors, food trucks, amazing student artwork on display, karaoke, and even pictures with Santa and the Grinch. Our performing arts department worked extremely hard on preparing for this, as just a week later they performed at Universal's City Walk, and then again for the 5th graders at Floyd, Suncoast, and Chocochatty Elementary Schools. These were all great opportunities for families, students, and community members to see the hard work and daily dedication of our students and staff. Our student government and our very own Panther mascot had a float in the annual Brooksville Christmas Parade, while our Growl newspaper staff were featured on the Hernando Suns float. We recently hosted a McTeacher night at the local McDonald's, where Powell teachers and staff worked to take orders, hand out food to families in the drive-thru, and greet customers in the lobby. Many of our families and students came out to support our school with this fundraiser, helping us raise over $400. Since returning from the break, our students have been busy in Taekwondo as they work diligently towards their end-of-year tournament. Students have been testing for new belts, stripes on existing belts, and are excited to show off their skills in front of their teachers, peers, and family members in May as they work towards trying to earn a gold medal. Students in weightlifting have been utilizing new equipment paid for by Millage, as well as a new digital program designed by Coach Blackwell, where students track their progress. Students enter their daily workouts, and the program keeps track of gains and muscles worked. Culinary has been busy in the kitchen as they prepare for their year-end Serve Safe certifications, and although being in the kitchen is their favorite part, Ms. Reidinger reminds them daily of the importance of food safety and handling. This week, we actually have 2 students who were selected to perform with the Florida All-State Middle School Band and Choir. Juliet Bushall and Julie Torres will have the opportunity to rehearse and perform in Tampa with the top selected students from across the state. Earlier in the year, we also had 2 girls and 6 boys selected to perform in honor choirs for the Florida American Choral Directors Association in Orlando. We're the only school in Hernando County with students participating in this event, so we are really proud of our 8 performing arts Panthers. Finally, we just wrapped up our second round of FAST testing, and our students are excited and encouraged. Our data is moving in the right direction as we increase proficiency and growth. The teachers look forward to using these next few months to get the students where they need to be for their final test in May. As you can see, our Panthers have been very busy, and we look forward to all the exciting things that 2026 has to offer. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's give a round of applause for Powell. Great job. Thank you. Okay, we will move on to item number 1, 26-3514. Approval to adopt the agenda dated January 13th, 2026. I have reviewed the revisions to the agenda dated January 13th, 2026, and find that there is good cause to permit the revisions to item number 15, 26-3530. Approve an overnight field trip for a DS Parrott Middle School student to attend All-State Honor Band at the Florida Music Education Association Conference on January 15th through the 17th, 2026 in Tampa, Florida, and the deletion of item number 11, 26-3494. Approve field trip for West Hernando Middle School Thespian Society Troop 12068 to Orlando, Florida to compete at the 2026 Florida Junior State Thespians Festival from February 4th through the 8th, 2026. May I have a motion and a second? Any discussion, board? Okay, please vote. And that passes 5-0. Do we have any elected officials in the room that would like to speak? Okay. We will now move on to our student representative. Item number 2, 26-3515, Jassera Abdul Rahim of Springstead High School to share an update of school-related activities and events with the school board. Hi, Jassera. Welcome back.
Hi. Okay, these are the school updates. So at the Christmas parade, these are just some of the recaps. Explorer K through 8, they had a beta club float, and Brooksville Elementary had their lyrical leopards. Parrott placed it first in their youth division for, I believe, Leader in Me. And then Wikiwachi High School, these are the winter events, had a Winter Wonderland event and visits to local hospitals and senior living, and a fun campus activity called Grinching. They had a secret Grinch mess up the classroom of teachers that students voted to get Grinched. And then at Nature Coast, they had a Christmas movie night on their football field and a Winter Wonderland with plenty of outdoor games, activities, and food stands for students to enjoy. For Literacy Week, Moton will be celebrating Literacy Week through fun dress-up days. JD Floyd is hosting a reading night to celebrate. In honor of Literacy Week, Springstead will be hosting a Books and Brownies event January 27th. Explorer is participating with their Stars, Stripes, and Story Times for K through 2nd students. And then Deltona Elementary School is celebrating Literacy Week in fun and exciting ways. They will have a bookmark contest, and each class will be they design a piece of a quilt, and then they have a patriotic dress-up day. Nature Coast is looking forward to engaging with students of Suncoast Elementary for Literacy Week. JD Floyd's Sunshine State Book Club is still going strong. Students are about halfway done with their books already. At Challenger, Mr. Wallace hosted first robotics club meeting of the year. Explorers Beta Club received second place at the Brooksville Christmas Parade. This semester, they're relaunching the Elementary Student Council, focusing on 3rd and 4th graders this year. Pine Grove's Safety Patrol had a visit to Evergreen Woods, where they took Christmas mugs and candy to the residents and sang carols. PBIS. Students at Spring Hill Elementary earned Kona Ice for positive behavior, and they had many staff and student celebrations. Brooksville had their Career Expo and Festival and their PBIS Field Day. Westside is excited about their book vending machine purchased with a grant from HCSD HCEF, and will be delivered this week. Students will earn coins through PBS and Accelerator Reader to be able to use the vending machines. Their third quarter PBIS activity is going to be kickball games. And then Parrot recently reopened their Leopard Lounge. Students can purchase passes with live school points, and it's a great way to reward positive behaviors. Other school updates: in December, an amazing 589 Brooksville Elementary students earned perfect attendance. Fox Chapel is happy to see how their discipline data is trending this year. Their out-of-school suspensions are down 32% this year, and their major level disciplines are down 31%. Suncoast is having their 5th grade parent night coming up, and there will be representatives from Fox Chapel, Powell, Nature Coast, Central, Springstead, and Hernando County's College and Career Programs Department. West Hernando's middle school's open gym for boys basketball has just started, and there is a team being assembled. Flag football is also getting started. And then for Nature Coast, an upcoming event is their senior class has their Washington, D.C. trip. As the date approaches, seniors are excited about going. And then these are some events that everyone is invited to. Chocochatty is hosting their Citizens Academy. Fox Chapel is doing family celebration signs. Spring Hill Elementary School is doing a family and friends night. East Side is doing book buddy bash, and then Hernando High School is doing Matilda Jr. the musical. And then every second Friday, Deltona does Twisty Treat Spirit Nights. And then this wasn't on the PowerPoint, but I wanted to include it, was the fact that there will be a delegate event January 26th. Ms. Crisp will be reaching out to the board with personal invites if they would like to attend. That is all.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, we'll move on to item number 3, 26-3516, approval of the minutes from the informal workshop and regular school board meeting of December 9th, 2025. May I have a motion and a second? Any discussion, board? Please vote. And that passes 5-0. Now we move on to our public hearing items, white speaker forms. Item number 4, 26-3432, public hearing and final approval of the Hernando County School Volunteer Handbook. This item received tentative approval at December 9th, 2025 workshop. Do we have any speakers for this item? No speakers. Okay. So we will move on. Moving on to item number 5, 26-3499, enter a final order expelling the student in case number E 2026-12-01 for the remainder of the 25-26 school year with educational services. May I have a motion and a second? We needed a vote on item number 4. I do apologize. Let's go back to item number 4. May I have a motion and a second? Please vote. And that item passes 5-0. Okay, now I will move on to number 5. Item 26-3499, enter a final order expelling the student in case number E 2026-12-01 for the remainder of the 25-26 school year with educational services. May I have a motion and a second? And please vote. And that motion passes 5-0. Item number 6, 26-3500, enter a final order expelling the student in case number E 2026-12-02 for 1 year with educational services. May I have a motion and a second? Please vote. And that motion passes 5-0. Item number 7, 26-3520, enter a final order expelling the student in case number E 2026-12 2022-03 for 1 year with educational services. May I have a motion and a second? Please vote. And that motion passes 5-0. Moving on to item number 8, 26-3517, citizen input on agenda items green form. Are there any green speaker forms? Okay. Ms. Mockler, if you could please read the instructions for this item.
Yes, Board Chair. This is the opportunity for the public to address items on the board's agenda for this meeting. The agenda for this meeting is located by the entrance to the boardroom. To speak at this time, you should have already completed a green citizen input speaker form, also located on the tables at the entrance to the boardroom. You should indicate the item or items you wish to address on the citizen input form. Those speakers who wish to address general matters not on the agenda this evening should complete the pink citizen input form. The opportunity to speak on topics not on the agenda will be provided later in the meeting. If you have any attachments you wish to share with the board, please provide them to the board secretary prior to speaking. Each speaker will have 3 minutes during this segment of the agenda. Speakers will be called to come forward by the chairperson. Prior to making your remarks, please state your name and address for the record. Inquiries or comments made during citizen input may be followed up and reported to the board by the superintendent or staff thereafter.
Thank you. May I have speaker number 1, please? Please state your name for the record.
Good evening, Lisa Masario, Burbank Drive, Brooksville. And tonight I'm here speaking as a parent. My son is an 8th grader this year, so he has had a wonderful experience his entire time at Challenger K-8. But one thing I wanted to share with you is that literally less than 1 semester of his time there was spent with any kind of sub, like a long-term sub or sub coverage. He's been so fortunate. And I know that that's not the average experience that we have right now because of the number of vacancies we're carrying. So we are very grateful that that's been our experience. And the reason that I brought it up at this time is because I look at the personnel recommendations and I notice that we have 9 leaving and we've hired 4 on this specific agenda. So that's a net -5 for our district. And I think that's something we need to continue to stay mindful of. People are feeling a lot of pressure, a lot of stress in their work roles right now. And it doesn't seem like that's letting up anytime soon. So I want that experience for every parent in our district and for every student in our district, that they would have a certified qualified teacher in their classrooms the entire time that they are going through our schools. And I think that's something that we're all striving for. I do believe that. We're all striving for that. The way for us to get there is that we value people. And we make sure that the people who are currently employed in our district are valued. And value can mean lots of different things. But ultimately, that experience has been wonderful. I hope it continues. He's going to Nature Coast next year. He's keeping sharks in the family. So I'm excited, very excited about that. And I really hope that he has a wonderful experience for the next 4 years that we can also be proud of, with certified qualified teachers teaching him every step of the way. Thank you.
Thank you.
Casey.
Ms. Duval.
May I comment?
Yes.
What Lisa has just shared with us is something that I talked to someone else about this afternoon, so I had no idea you were going to say something. But you know, on our personnel recommendation sheets and forms that we have that we see for each meeting, my question and comment was perhaps where, and not just for instructional, but non-instructional, where you have the number of people retiring or resigning, could we have a running total on that sheet of how many persons we've lost due to those kinds of things and how many persons we've added. So we have like a running total of how many vacancies we have.
Mr. Pender?
Ray, is that something that we can easily add?
I think the running total would be the vacancy, how many vacancies we currently have, and that's provided, I think, about once a month. Pam sends that out, so we can put it on every agenda somewhere in a box or something.
How about the last meeting of each month?
Yeah.
The only meeting of each month?
I think we can
that
time
we can have that.
The vacancy list about that time, so it'll be updated before that meeting.
I don't want to create additional work, but I think for us as a board, it might be good to have tabs on where we are and where we're going.
I agree, and if we could break it down by people retiring and people leaving, that would be nice to know as well.
And I don't,
well, that's on the agenda.
Yeah, like I said, I don't want this strictly for instructional. I would like to see the numbers across the board. Thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you. Ms. Rodriguez?
And I don't think that there's any thing that you have to worry about when it comes to value. I can speak for myself, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, for the rest of the board up here, the definition of value means many things. You are exactly right, but we value our teachers wholeheartedly. Without our teachers, none of us would be here. Without our teachers, we wouldn't be educating our students. So our teachers are everything to us. So please don't ever feel that we don't think that that word means a great deal, and it's very significant to us. So for me to speak just how I feel about a teacher, I value a teacher. I think that they wear many, many hats, as well as administration, as well as non-instructional, instructional, everybody that it takes to run this community. I think we're the biggest employer in Hernando County, and it takes a lot to educate these students and to do it proper. And it also takes a lot of funds. So at the end of the day, don't mistake sometimes how things appear and what's being said as a fact, because there's a lot of things to it all that make up the big picture. So as members up here, we can only do so much, and we can only do what we're capable of doing with what we have to do it with. So I value each and every one of you teachers that are out there, everyone who's listening. Please let everyone know that I, Shannon Rodriguez, adore all of our teachers. It's a hard job, and you're very, very committed, and it's a thankless job so many days, and it's long hours, and you are very, very appreciated. So I just wanted to add that. So value, you are right. I do value.
Thank you. All right, we're going to move on to the adoption of the consent agenda, items 9 through 28. Does anyone want to pull any items from the consent agenda?
I don't want to pull anything, but I would like to make a general comment after everyone says.
Does anyone have an item to pull?
I'd like to pull 16, please.
Okay, number 16. So Ms. Duval, you want to speak after she pulls item 16, correct? Okay. Item 16. Okay.
Would you like to?
If I can have a motion to adopt the agenda with item number 16 pulled. I have a motion and a second. Please. Okay. I'll go to number 16. Okay, item number, do we need to vote on it? Okay, I apologize. Please vote on that. And that passes 5-0. Okay, item number 16, 26-3536, amend the approval for the overnight field trip for Springstead High School students to attend the Florida Music Education Association Conference in Tampa, Florida, from January 15th, 2026 through January 17th, 2026. Ms. Rodriguez?
I just have some concerns. Who would I direct that to? Who would be speaking on this? Okay.
Okay. You got your question answered. Ms. Pierce is here.
Thank you. Good evening. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good, thank you. So did we already approved the same trip last board meeting? Is that correct?
There's two different things happening that same weekend. It's chorus and band.
Okay.
So one was chorus, and now this one is the band.
Okay. So help me figure a little bit of this out so that it's out there for everybody to understand if they're confused a little bit. When we're looking at the budget sheet and everything, why do we have so much more money on this budget sheet? $1,700 is requested for, is it just one more student?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think it's just the price of the hotel.
How many nights are they staying for this conference?
2.
Okay. So if I'm calculating this right, correct me if I'm wrong, they're pretty much spending over $800 a night on a hotel room?
Yeah, and that was cheaper than the original one that they had found.
Well, originally on the last one that we approved, it was $510 for 2.
That's for the chorus.
For 2 nights.
Yeah, I think it's the planning ahead of time. I think is, this one was a little bit later with our band director in the midst of changing over to our school from his school. All that kind of thing was happening at the same time.
So I guess I'm still a little confused because it's almost $800 a night on one hotel room, and we did $510 for 2 nights, and then we added one more student, and it took us up to $1,700 for 2 nights.
I don't have the budget sheet in front of me, so I
guess
can't
that amount
speak to that.
seems excessive to me.
I agree.
Let me ask this also. Go ahead.
If I understand it right, an additional chaperone was added, and at that point in time, the room rate was almost $685 each night. The original room rate
Can I ask something? Why was another chaperone added?
I'm not sure it was even needed at this point.
Well, it's a parent and then the band director.
The
I
parent.
think the parent.
Well, the kid's parents, that's the kid that is going,
Right.
the new child that's going,
Right.
Their parents are going.
Correct.
Okay.
As is the band director.
Right.
Right.
So if the kid's parents are going, why do we need another chaperone?
Because the band director should be there as well, I guess, to celebrate with the kid and watch what happens and attend. And I think
Well, I guess the way I'm looking at it, I thought if we have the parent chaperone, the parents are chaperoning is what it said in here whenever I was reading it, then it looked like we had a second teacher chaperoning as well as $800 a night.
Yes, you do.
Am I correct, Mrs. Duvall?
Yes.
So I think that's $1,700 on 2 nights, and it's it's not fiscally responsible. And then the other problem I have is it's a non-refundable room, and that was booked without being approved prior to board approval. And that I do have a significant problem with at the rate of $800 a night. I mean, we're in Tampa. I guess for $800 a night, to me, it's like you went to Las Vegas and you booked one of the rooms there. I was just floored.
I was too when I heard the price. I agree.
Now, do they not need to run this by you? Do they have carte blanche to book an $800 a night room times 2, times 3, times 4 without asking anybody, and especially without it coming before and getting approved? And it being non-refundable?
Right.
Aren't these the things, the fine print that we look at and that we make sure? Because me, working for you, I would think to myself, if I'm going to book a room, I'm going to read on it, and if I see non-refundable, which that happens up here with things we're going on, we don't do that until something's approved because we know non-refundable means we're taking a huge risk. And then what if it doesn't get approved? Then we're stuck with that room. So
I don't disagree with anything you're saying.
So at this point, I'm wondering
It was all about the timing of when it happened.
And also about the level of hierarchy. Nobody's checking with nobody, and nobody's out. So
Right.
you as the chief
Right.
in charge, why would that go by without you being asked? Why would that happen without you?
Because it was all after the fact.
So the question becomes, if that's not approved by this board, who's going to pay the hotel room?
I'm thinking he's not going to go and stay in a hotel room.
It's non-refundable.
Non-refundable. It has to be paid.
Well,
so who's going to pay it without approval?
$1,700.
Board doesn't approve it.
That's a good question. I don't have an answer for you.
And the
Right now, it's coming out of band
Right.
money.
So they work that hard to try to get a kitty put into a box for money for things that they need, but yet we have parents going that we're chaperones, and it's written on there. It's stated on there if you read it that it's the kids' parents are
Right.
chaperoning. So I'm still at a loss of.
And I think the band director found a hotel room away from, because this is at the convention center area down in Tampa, and there's a lot going on this weekend, which is probably why the price is ridiculously high. But there are places to stay that are not that expensive. So I just don't think that they did their due diligence in trying to find a place, because they knew the band had the money, because they're the band booster parents that are involved in, that are really involved, and so they knew the band had the money. So I'm assuming they just figured that. I don't know. I can't speak for these people, but I'm just assuming that they figured it would be paid for.
Yeah,
but you already had a chaperone. That's the problem. You already had a chaperone. This person wants to go. That band person, whoever, this is going to be your new band director?
Yes, he just started.
This is a bad
Monday.
So he could have gone and just driven back and forth and saved $1,700 of the band's money. Because you were already.
I don't think he's staying in the room that cost that much money.
Is that Zachary?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, that was not my understanding.
It's under him, the reservation, to my knowledge.
Well, he probably made the reservation, but I don't.
Who do you think is staying in the room?
The parent.
With the student, right? With the
I'm sorry?
The parent and the student staying.
Right.
Right.
That was my understanding, yes.
$1,700?
That's what the price of the room is, yes.
But I was also told that the students are required to be there sometimes at like 5:30 in the morning, and there's
and it
traffic.
lasts all day long.
Crazy, and it's all day long.
Right. It is. It's very intensive.
So I think that's the reason they wanted to stay at that hotel, because they.
But you still
that I
have to go
understand.
through the proper channels. You still have to get it approved. You still have to go to the principal when you're going to spend $2,000 on 2 rooms for 2 nights. That still is absurd. So you still have to go, and you have to ask before that. An alert should come up in your brain that says, my goodness, that's a lot of money for one night. $800. Do you think I should do this? Or should we try to look elsewhere and just drive, even if it's 5:30, if you just drove 15, 20 minutes over to and you could get a room for a normal $240 a night.
I think most of those were already booked because of so many events happening, that they were booked months in advance and they couldn't find a room. And also with the new band director, this kind of slipped through the cracks, and so the student wasn't going to be able to go at all. So they had to do this last minute, from what I was
The
understanding.
thing that bothers me is it being non-refundable without
Being
board
approved.
approval.
Right,
Without
understand that
Mr.
too.
Pinder's approval. It was approved by somebody other than this board. That's not being fiscally responsible.
And what bothers me even more to that degree is that the principal isn't even aware of the particulars. You don't even know who's staying where and who's staying what and what parent who paid for
Based on what I was told, but apparently it's not the correct information. I wish
Yeah.
I had the packet in front of me. I should have done that.
But you were never afforded the opportunity to be told.
Correct.
And so therefore, I think,
I think it was because of the timing of all of it.
But
It happened right before Christmas break, and then the new band director was coming on
if I were the
board.
principal, I would be upset that this is happening and that we're caught like this in a non-refundable room for this kind of money. And if it didn't get approved or doesn't get approved, now we're out that kind of money. I think that it just seems it's not the brightest decision. And if I were the principal, I'd have a problem with that, because I would expect everybody, you have meetings with them all, correct? I'm assuming and they all have somewhere. They're not getting the memo that when they do something like this, they have to run it by a leadership.
Right. Well, I think it'll get better now that we have a full-time band director, and he's there all,
Is he the one that
this has
booked
been
these
very difficult, as you can imagine. He comes over after working a full day at another school and was coming over to work with our band, and they had a great season and they did amazing things. But then, he just started Monday at Springstead. So
But he was working at the school since when, October?
No, he's
November?
he's No, he just started on Monday at Springstead.
He didn't work at Springstead before that.
He was our band director, but he was not in our school as a teacher.
How long was he?
He's been there since September 11th.
So this could have been booked earlier in a regular room possibly without the cost, without a non-refundable room at a different rate.
Possibly. I don't know when they were told that this child had been picked for the honor band. I don't know. I mean, we've had
It's
other
hard
kids.
because we don't know the details. It
Right.
sounds like
Right.
we don't.
Not all of the details, because there's other things that our kids were doing too. We had the Festival of the Bands at USF, or the Festival of the Winds. We had students go there. That wasn't an issue. It's just.
It's just naturally, it's a huge shock when
I agree.
$800 a night.
I agree.
I mean, I had to look at it 5 times. $800 a night for 2 nights.
Mhm.
I had to think this has to be a typo.
It's kind of
So
criminal
now-
that that's what they're charging,
So
because
now
they know
we're-
they have
we're in a dilemma because
captive audience.
If we do not approve this, a deserving student probably will not go to Tampa to be in the honor band, which would be a shame. And yet we approve it. Procedures weren't followed where we're notified before somebody authorized an expense that's well beyond limits. And here we are crying for money, and this is not handled correctly, not from the top down. So I don't know. I have a dilemma with this. Because at one hand, the best thing to do is to let the student perform in this band. But we don't want to send the wrong message that things can be willy-nilly. We are fiscally responsible for the money in this district, every penny of the money in this district.
What can we do in the future to ensure this doesn't happen again?
Well, of course, with him being in the building, that is going to help a lot. And he'll meet with me and with the administrator that's over the band on a regular basis. And, as these things come up, then, we'll make sure that things are handled correctly. I mean, this, I can assure you that this will never happen again. And, it is a dilemma, and you don't want a kid to miss out for something that an adult did, right? Because that's not fair to this child who has earned his right to be there. But I understand what you're saying as well.
Who's in charge of the expenditures of the till? Like, is it just one person that gets to spend out of it?
The band boosters, the band boosters.
Carte blanche right now.
Well,
anybody
but they have an organization. They vote on things themselves. I don't know if that's how this all, I'm not at every single band booster meeting. Mr. Beach is over as the administrator over the band. He goes to most of them.
But doesn't he report to you and tell you, hey, we're spending this money?
Yes, and
So then you should be aware of what's being
he was
spent.
ready. Honestly, when we heard the price, he's like, I'll just, he was pulling out his American Express card, and he said, I'll just pay for it myself, because we didn't want the kid to suffer. That was the bottom line, right? We didn't want the kid to suffer. The band has done a lot of things to raise money, so it will come out of the band fund.
When is this trip?
This weekend.
This weekend. That's the other.
My question is, I bet when this is over, if I were to get on the phone and call around in Tampa, I have a probably 95% feeling that I'm sure I could find a room.
Probably, but then the fact
It's
remains
non-refundable,
still
but
right.
that's what I'm trying to say.
No, I hear you.
I just don't.
Mr. Federer had found a room that was cheaper. That was my understanding. So, but the parents had already. I don't know if they had already booked I don't know exactly how it all
So
fell into
did
place.
the parents book the room and going
I
to
don't
bill
know
it
that
back
for.
to
I
the
don't
band?
know. I'm not sure.
Who's got the money out?
The band.
On
the
what
band
card?
boosters.
On what card was used? A district card?
I don't know. You have the packet. I don't know.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Was there a purchase order done?
No, I don't believe so.
Things like hotel rooms and stuff like that's usually put on a P card. I
Mhm.
think the band booster, as part of being a booster, has to be.
But I think you also get a purchase. You do a purchase order first, and when it's authorized, then you get the P card. You don't get the P card first.
They have the hotel card now too, right? That's what they would be.
Travel card.
Travel card, yeah.
But
We
from
can
my knowledge,
check on that.
let's flip something from the parents' room bill is the cheaper one, and it's the band director that's the expensive room.
Well, that was not my understanding. So,
Yeah, it's the band director has the cheap room, the normal rate of $500 something for 2 nights, which that calculates to normal.
oh, the band director does.
Yes.
Yes.
She said it opposite, Ms. Rodriguez.
Yeah.
A second ago.
You said it the opposite way.
Yes, it is opposite. The parents have the cheaper room. The band director has the most expensive.
Oh. Okay, then that was completely not what I was told.
Yeah, the band director is the one spending the $1,700, which that's odd to me that because you would think he wants to keep that till up as high as he can because he needs those funds. So that's odd to me that he would spend $800 a night for himself for a room. It's the parents that have the cheap room, the normal rate for $530 or $540 for 2 nights. So it's the band director that's got the $1,700.
And that hotel is the Marriott.
I mean, $1,700 for 2 nights.
That's where we go.
One's a Hilton and one's a
The
Marriott.
FSBA goes to the Marriott. This one says Waters.
Usually this one is downtown, I believe, where the band
No, the
and
Tampa Marriott, 505 Water Street.
Okay, so the band director has the expensive room. What did he?
Yeah, right down at the convention center. Yeah, Marriott, or the Water Street is right there by, Ashley is over by like where the Straz is. Yeah. It's not right next door, that's for sure.
So now he's got the expensive room. What did he use to purchase that? Is it a district card?
It would be the travel card, from my understanding.
And it was non-refundable, and it wasn't approved. So did he just assume the $800 a night wasn't going to matter, I guess?
Yeah, you'd have to ask him. I don't know what his thought process was. When Mr. Beach shared with me that he had found another room, he was talking about the band director had found another room, was my understanding. Now, maybe he put his name on the one. I don't know.
Mr. Johnson, do you have anything else to say?
I don't know what to think, but no, for now, no.
Ms. Rodriguez?
I just think that he picked the penthouse suite, and I'm confused of this, and I'm not happy with it. I don't know. I can't say $1,700 for 2 nights for the band director to stay in a hotel. I don't know.
Regardless, it's already been, I mean, we can say yes or no. I mean, we can say no, but it's already, the money has been spent, and we're not going to get the money back regardless, either way.
Yeah, I'm not okay with putting my name on $800 a night for a room that a band director did that was not approved. That's going against everything that we sit up here and stand for.
So if this doesn't pass, Mr. Pender, what does that look like for?
Well, they
looks like they're
wouldn't.
not going to go.
This is
right?
just for the hotel room,
Just for the
correct?
hotel room.
Okay, this is
So
just
they
for the
wouldn't be
hotel.
able to spend the night there, but we would still spend $1,700. We would still I mean, if it's non-refundable, I doubt they're going to change that at this point, and we're going to be charged $1,700 for them not to go.
So both the band director and the student
Or not to spend the night, they
would
can still
not.
go.
Right, they can go, but they can't spend the night, meaning that he's got to be there at 5 a.m, meaning they have to leave Spring Hill.
And who's going to police that they didn't use the room? That's non-refundable.
And how do we know for sure? I mean, everything's so evasive. Nobody knows anything. How do we know that if I got on the phone with the hotel right now that we can't get our money back? At least 80% of it usually, 90%.
The other hotel room, that was only $500, right?
For 2 nights.
For 2 nights. So the band director can drive back and forth, and the parents can stay in that one. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. I hate to take the chance to lose that money, but you're right. They might just say, oh, we'll be able to fill it anyway because there'll be somebody else that'll take that room. I don't know.
What time is it? 6:40. I wonder if we could make a phone call to the hotel and see if it's refundable. I mean, it's worth a phone call at least while we finish, and then circle back to this. At least we would know that answer.
Want to do that? Okay. Okay. May we have a recess? We'll have a recess at 6:48 p.m. Okay, recess. We will convene now at 7:10 p.m. and move on to our citizen input. Before we do that, I would like to say on item number 16, we're going to come back to at the very end of the meeting. So citizen input on general topics, pink speaker forms, 29, 26-3518. Citizen input on Hernando County school issues on which the school board customarily takes action. Do we have any pink speaker forms? Okay. Ms. Mokler, if you could read the instructions for this item, please.
Yes, this is the opportunity for the public to address any general topic of relevance to the operation of Hernando County Schools. To speak at this time, you should have already completed a pink citizen input speaker form located on the tables at the entrance to the boardroom. If you have any attachments that you wish to share with the board, please provide them to the board secretary prior to speaking. Each speaker will have 3 minutes during this segment of the agenda. Speakers will be called to come forward by the chairwoman. Prior to making your remarks, please state your name and address for the record. Inquiries or comments made during citizen input may be followed upon with the speaker and reported to the board by the superintendent or staff thereafter. Although the board encourages citizen participation, please understand that no immediate action will be taken on items presented during the public comment portion of the meeting. If follow-up board action is required, then the matter may be placed on the agenda at a subsequent meeting in accordance with school board policy.
Thank you. May I have speaker number 1? Please state your name for the record.
Kimberly Marini Brookso. First, I have a lot of points I want to talk really quick, so I'm sorry for that. Skate night was awesome last night. It was really great. The kids enjoyed it. I'd like to see more of that because that was really cool. Michelle, thank you for the conversations we had. It was really great. I appreciate you very much for that. It's Gracie and Susan, Casey, I love the conversation we had. Thank you. And Mr. Pender, we got to have some outside of the realm, besides here in the boardroom conversations, which was really nice. Really enjoyed it. Love hearing some of your perspectives from being in the educational realm, so thank you so much. Safety Patrol is awesome. My daughter gets to experience it this semester at Challenger. I love how they do it. First, whoever up there, that it doesn't count against them, but it counts against perfect attendance. So that's what I would like to find out about. Live streaming the bargaining meetings, thank you, because I wasn't able to make the last one. I really love that. Whoever came up with that, keep going with that because I like that. When you brought up, Miss Casey, when you brought up for the phone at the informal, I am so on the fence. Like, I agree, and then I'm like this way, then I'm like this way, and then I'm like this way. So I saw both of your points, and I would like to hear more. If you guys really could bring, I'm sorry I got interrupted, so I couldn't finish listening. But I would like to hear more to make a educational decision as a parent and let you hear what I think. But I would love to hear more because I saw both sides. So I can't even give you my opinion as a parent on that one yet. Liam's class, my youngest, he is in 2nd grade. Mrs. Barrett and Mrs. Liberty, they're doing this really cool thing, having mystery readers, so they give clues. I get to do that next month for him. They've had parents. They've had one parent is actually a teacher there that got to do it too. So I don't know if they have any openings, but if you're interested in doing that, I think that'd be really cute. I'm choosing to read My No, No, No Day. It's a really great book. Look it up. It's about a child who doesn't want to do anything. They don't want to wear their shoes. They don't want to wear their socks. And they just kind of, scream no, no, no all day. But the moral of the story is tomorrow's a new day. and we all get a new day to start over if we had a bad day. So it's a really cute book, and for anybody who's interested. Last but not least, thank you, teachers, for everything you do. I appreciate you so very much. I know, again, I say it every time, I know what you've done for my children, but know that as a parent, I thank you.
Thank you. And that is all of our citizen input tonight. Moving on to just informational agenda items. Item number 3026-3505, deductive change order 002 to the contract with J.E. Dunn Construction Company for the 30 classroom addition for Winding Waters K-8 and Weeki High School is provided for the board's information. No board action is required. School board members, are we ready to circle back to item number 16? Ms. Rodriguez, are we ready to circle back?
Circle back.
Okay. Are we ready to vote, or do we want some more discussion on this item?
I'd like to hear what the outcome was.
Okay, Ms. Rodriguez.
So we've called the hotel and also called a different number that they gave us to call. So we've spoke to several people, and they will not take it away. So it was booked as non-refundable. It was as is, so there's nothing that they can do, unfortunately. So that amount is stuck.
I feel confident in saying that the family that they are, that is spending that kind of money, yes, I do agree that that is absurd. I know this family is very involved in the Booster Club and does help a lot, and I'm sure that they will continue to support the band. Ms. Pierce is going to come back and clarify some issues or discussion that we had, questions we had. Thank you.
And I apologize that I didn't come prepared. If I had known that this was going to be a question, I sure would have known more. So, but I did talk to my band director. He himself booked this room with his own credit card because he knew he wanted this child to go. Now, back in September, they had a block of rooms at this hotel, which is where my band, where Springstead's band is playing all day, for the entire conference. So they need to be in that hotel. Now, back in September, at that point in time, Zach didn't know that he was going to be the band director in January. He just assumed he would see them through competition season, if even that long. We had no idea. So the block of rooms that they had set aside, which are usually less expensive, were gone by the time he knew he was going and the child was going and all that was happening. So come December, when they found out that the child was going, that's when he made the hotel reservations, is my understanding. And at that point in time, the prices were ludicrous, obviously, because they know they have a captive audience, right? They're a business, But all that being said, he knew that it hadn't been approved yet, which is why he used his own card so that the child wouldn't miss out on going, due to the fact that we hadn't been able to do what we needed to do to make it happen. Does that make sense? I mean, I get the hotel, I get it. But at that time, I don't think he thought he had any other options. He has made his own arrangements. He's not staying at that hotel. That's for the parents and the child. And the other hotel is for the chorus student, the female student, and her parent. So the band director and the chorus director, neither one of them are staying in those hotel rooms. The band director is making other arrangements for himself, and the chorus teacher lives close by, so she's going to drive back and forth.
And
so the hotel rooms are for the students.
Right.
And
I feel like this puts us in a bad predicament.
I hear you.
Because my back's against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Under no circumstance is this a reflection on the parents, because I know how much parents do.
Absolutely, especially band parents.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, they do.
They go above and beyond.
100%.
So this puts me in a bad position, because
puts us all in a bad
I'm
position.
very thankful to have them, thankful for the support, thankful for the finances, thankful for all that they do. But at the end of the day, once again, we have to be good stewards of the constituents' money and the money that is in that till, and where the money goes and how it is being put out. So I guess the lack of oversight from administration, not knowing, and nobody telling anybody anything, and then booking it without board approval, that's a problem
Mhm.
because at this rate, if this is how we conducted business and this is what we do, and we're just like, well, okay, we understand for the kid we have to do it, which
No,
I get.
I'm not being nonchalant about it at all.
Right.
I'm
no,
not.
No.
And
But I'm just
right.
speaking from my perspective.
Mhm.
You know, it sets the precedence and it sets the tone because other people are going to feel like, okay, well, if we did something without board approval, it wouldn't be okay. But here we are.
Well, that's why he knew that he had to do it with his own credit card because he knew it wasn't approved ahead of time.
But what's on here that came to us was that money. So he didn't just use his own card and think he wasn't going to get the money back.
Well, he's hoping. That's what he said. That's the hope. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what's...
He took the risk because he was very passionate and proud of this child and wanted this child to be there with the team as hard as the child has worked, felt that he deserved it.
I would like
And,
to
let me add-
amend the motion.
Let me
Okay,
add
hold on one
that.
second.
And
Ms.
I think-
Duval would like
And I
to
think
speak
that's
next.
great, that risk, and I'm all for that because I would do anything for a kid too, so I commend him for that. But when you do something like that, that means everybody in the district could just haphazardly say, you know what, the kids are important because they are, so we're just going to take the risk and I'm going to put $2,200 on my card, and you know what, they're going to see it as it's for the kid and they're just going to approve it. So that we'd have that happening, buzzing all over. Does that make sense? Am I saying that correctly? So yes, sometimes when we're put
I think he was in the same kind of position that you feel like you're in right now, right? At that moment, he didn't feel like he had any other options. And so this is what he chose to do. So,
Ms. Duval?
Give me 1 second.
You want to call on Mark? I think it's like
Mark.
Yeah, I think I would like to amend the motion to approve the trip without the financials. Don't approve any kind of expenses. Can we do that, Mrs. Mockler? Ms. Mockler?
you put it on his.
Amend to approve the trip without the expense. And let the band, if they want to pay for it, pay for it.
I've got it.
Ms. Duval wants to add in real quick.
Second.
Go ahead, Ms. Duval.
I'm sorry to take up your time.
Because it's not the student's fault.
Before I get the answer to the question that I'm
And this isn't the
checking on.
parent's fault. You know, this is just, it wasn't proper policy and procedure. And it's a lot of money, so of course.
Central's going on the same trip, same hotel. They made their reservation December 8th. It was $245 a night, okay? Beyond that, I've asked Joyce to check on something because I don't want to say something that is out of line or out of turn on this, but I may have a solution. Okay, so please bear with me.
And I just don't want this opportunity to take away from the student because it's not their fault.
I understand.
We all have that student in mind.
And it's not the parents. They're going to help out.
I think he... I don't
Where
think any of this was
Where does the
done.
blame
Okay.
lie?
I don't know that there's any blame to... I think it's just a matter that...
Of course there's blame. Somebody approved something without board authorization.
No, he used his own credit card, so...
I have to say, though, but he did, but it's still on here, and so we're having a discussion.
Right.
If it wasn't on here, we wouldn't have to stand here and have this discussion because he used his own credit card and he was fine with that. But he's not. He's looking for compensation. So therefore,
He's hoping.
So
but
therefore,
he understands that may not happen.
So therefore, that puts it back on us. But that puts us in a bad position. So regardless, I don't like being put in that position. I
Right.
don't ever want to be put in that position again. So the blame lies on lack of oversight from administration. That's where the blame lies. So I'm sorry, but it is what it is. I mean, would you disagree?
No, I wasn't.
And I'm sorry, I don't like being put in this position either. You know, I think it's a bad position to be put in.
I've just asked for a quiet pause, please.
Can we take a moment of silence?
Yes, please. $3,600? Okay. All right, here's my thought. Obviously, the board does not want to see the student miss out on this opportunity. Obviously, this band director needs a lot of guidance on dealing with finances, timelines, et cetera, rather than penalize the band boosters account, because that is hard-earned money by the band boosters. My request is, and Dana would have to approve it, take the $1,700 out of the principal's internal account. That's where the money comes from. Money goes back to band boosters.
Ms. Pierce, do we need to come up?
Approved.
She said approve. I would like her on the record for that. Thank you.
Does that make...
Absolutely, and that seems like a fair way to solve
Okay.
the whole
Handle it.
problem.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you, Ms.
for sure.
Pierce.
And like I said, I hate being.
I'm willing to take responsibility for my
So,
actions.
let me amend. I make a motion, we approve it with the funds being paid for out of the Springstead principal's discretionary fund?
Internal account.
Internal account.
Do I have a motion for that?
A motion. My motion.
A verbal? May we do a verbal, please? Board? Yes.
I motioned.
Yes. Yep.
Who do you have for motioning so we have it correct? Okay, I'll
Who's the second?
First,
Okay.
I'm the one that stated.
And then are we doing a verbal vote
I
as well?
stated the motion.
Mr. Johnson, Mrs. Bonsick, you want to second it? I'll second it. Okay.
Okay. Do we have to vote on that as well? Verbal? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, verbal?
Yes.
Verbal.
Yes.
Aye.
Yes.
Yes for me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now we can vote on, we
Okay.
have to vote on the original motion?
All right. So item number 16, 26-3536. Amend the approval for the overnight field trip for Springstead High School students to attend the Florida Music Educator Association Conference in Tampa, Florida, from January 15th, 2026 through January 17th, 2026. Please vote. May I have a second? Sorry, may I have a motion, a second, and please vote. And that passes 5-0. Thank you. Okay, now we come to our general council comments. Do we have any comments?
I don't have any this evening, thank you.
Okay. Board members, do we have any closing comments? No?
No.
I'd like to do a shout out to Winding Waters for the front desk. We have a Mrs. Melissa Caruso Guy and a Mrs. Denise James, and they work the front desk at Winding Waters. And as board members, we're all over the county, we're in all the schools, and I think that the face of the school, of course, is the front office and the staff there. And that is your first impression, and it makes a lasting impression. And they are always cheerful. They're always bright. They have a lot on their plate. That's a hard, hard job to sit there at that front desk and deal with all of the things coming towards them at once. It's a lot of activity, and they always make it look so easy. And they do it with a smile. So I just wanted to say that I do really appreciate them in the way that they make the parents feel. It just means a lot. So I wanted to make sure I said that. I've been wanting to say that, and I keep forgetting. And then I am proud to be serving in the legislative liaison role, representing this board and the superintendent, as well as our community, including the teachers, the students, and their families. So today is the opening day for our legislative session. Our district's priorities deserve a strong voice in Tallahassee. So myself and Mrs. Bonsick at the end of January will be traveling to Tallahassee to meet with our local legislators. These local voices that we have here in our community, they do matter. And when we advocate together, the lawmakers listen. So I think it's extremely important for us to go there and be able to express our sentiments and how we feel and things that are happening here, and then to bring that back, that feedback back to you guys. Advocacy comes in many forms, and our teachers are the backbone of every achievement. They're not line items. They are the heart of our mission. So once again, earlier, that ties into whenever I explained how important they are. And advocacy means ensuring that they have competitive pay, professional respect, and the tools that they need to thrive. Advocacy is not optional. It's our responsibility. So our students and teachers cannot be in the room today in Tallahassee, so we are their voice whenever we go there, and we must use it with courage and clarity. Legislative decisions should expand access, not restrict it. Our job is to ensure policies lift students up, that they benefit teachers with the resources needed, and strengthen public education. With this being said, Mrs. Bonzik and myself stand ready to work with legislators to craft solutions that reflect the realities of classrooms and the needs of our community. I would be remiss if I didn't also extend our appreciation to our elected local state officials for their support of the district and their collaboration around our district initiatives. So I take this job serious. I hear your voice. I hear the concerns. I know we have a lot of work to do. So I just wanted you guys to know that it's very important and it's a significant role, and I'm blessed to be able to do it and to be able to speak on your behalf. And other than that, I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you guys all for coming out. Thank you for thank you staff. Thank you for all that you do to make our board meetings efficient and for always being there like earlier tonight and helping us along the way. We couldn't do it without you. And I thank all of the constituents, families, parents, everyone who takes time out of their night to come up here and to support us. It means a lot. And I hope you guys have a safe drive home. God bless each and every one of you. Have a good night.
Thank you. Mr. Pender?
So if I can ask Gina and Jen to come up, we had some good news in the last couple hours, so I wanted to share that with you. While you're coming out, just want to remind people that this Monday, the 19th, is the MLK parade. So come out. I think it begins at 10. Also, we had one teacher that we didn't recognize from Powell that had 30 years, the 30-year pen in the book. She wasn't here, but her name is Anita Sola, so I wanted to recognize her. And ladies, if you could give us the good news hot off the press.
Good evening, board. DOE released our graduation rates, so we are excited to share some data with you. We'll also send you that data as well. I'm here with Jen Merschbach. She's our Director of Assessment, and I'm going to turn it over to her, and she's going to share the good news.
All right, we are beyond excited to share that the 24-25 federal graduation rates have been released, and the results are outstanding. In the 23-24 school year, our district's graduation rate was 88%. Our 24-25 graduation rate is 93.5%, which is an increase of 5.4%, and exceeds the state by 1.3%. All of our high schools have increased their graduation rate. We also increased our ESE graduation rate from 86% to 92.9%. A total increase of 6.9%, which is also surpassing the state by 3.8%. This achievement is a direct reflection of our school's unwavering commitment, hard work, and dedication to supporting students each and every day. The data has been broken down for each high school, and we can share that with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. What a great way. Great
Thank
news.
you.
Thank you. Great way to end the meeting on a positive note. Sarah, I didn't give you the opportunity. Did you have anything to say?
Good night, everyone.
All right. And then I would just like to say, as we begin the new year, may the year ahead of us bring renewed focus, steady progress, and positive outcomes. On behalf of the board, we wish everyone a happy and healthy new year. And this meeting is adjourned at 7:34 p.m.